Hey, YouTubers. Good morning to you. Ground Control 204 here. I want to give a big shout out to across the pond, to a George Donaldson over there in Ireland. He's a radio tech. If you don't know about him, please search him and go subscribe. Awesome channel. I've been a subscriber to him for a long time. Okay? Recently, he was putting on an addition to his tech shop and fell and hurt his shoulder. So, hey George, speedy recovery, brother. You know, take your time, man. Don't worry about the customers. Don't worry about the business. You know, when dealing with personal things like that, man, we all understand. And the ones who don't understand, yeah. You get the point. Anyways, God bless you, brother. I love your content and love your videos, man. And yet again, here's to a speedy recovery. Okay, so guys, what we have on the bench this morning is a 2950DX. Okay, she's been sitting here for about 8 or 9 minutes, man, warming up. Aaron Cunningham, you, sir, had found this at a garage sale. And I'm telling you, like I told you on the phone, man, I'm never this lucky to find something so nice at a garage sale. Yep, so kudos to you, brother. Nice find. All right. So what we're going to go ahead and do is mic gains all the way up. RF powers all the way down. We're going to key it up. Wow. Okay, barely rising above that. All right, let's cut this light off real quick. There we go. 27205. Audio. Audio check 1 2 3 4 5. Audio check 1 2 3 4 5. About a 22 watt peak. Yeah, I say about 22 watts peak. You can see that reflect there is very little. Audio check 1 2 3 4 5. Audio. Yeah, about 22 watts peak. All right. Well, what you didn't see in the corner while I was modulating is the O-scope. Okay. Now remember, your mic gain's all the way up. Audio check 1 2 3 4 5. See right there, Aaron? Audio, that pension that I've been talking to you about, and well, in every video. Audio check 1 2 3 4 5. At no time whatsoever should your vocals be pinching on the O-scope. Okay. Now, you know damn right well if it's pinching, okay, or flat topping on the fly as you're modulating, that 1 kilohertz tone or that 5 kilohertz tone is going to look terrible. All right. And let me tell you one thing. I've heard Bell say this at Bell CB radio. He doesn't use a 1K tone. He doesn't do any diagnostics with a 1K tone nor a 5K tone. And then he claims that most people's voice are nowhere near the 1K tone. Okay, I get that. But with any specific trade, there's specific skills. And with those specific skills come procedure. Okay, there is a reason why a 1K tone is a tool in the radio field. Okay, the repair business, the modification or upgrade business. All right. Now, if you're not tuning radios with an audio generator or a tone generator, then you're just not grade A. You're not doing it right. Okay. So please stop disregarding the tools and the skills for this trade. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So, inevitably, this is why you see bells, O-scope, clipping, and splattering as he's using his vocals into the microphone, as he's modulating. Yeah, that's not a good thing, man. I have no, no beef with the man. I have no beef with his shop. I mean, this is not a bash portion. This is a rebuttal, you know. This goes to all my subs and all the radio guys out there that are, spending hard-earned money for the same work they can do with themselves in their own radio shop. Now, mind you, when you have an oscilloscope and you're not using a 1K tone, you're not using any type of audio generator, you're not using, an oscilloscope or anything like that, why have the equipment then if you're not going to stay true to procedure? That's basically what I'm saying. Big ups to all the other techs, man. But like I said, when it comes to a trade, there's always a certain set of skills and a certain set of tools and procedures to go with all of that. Stick to it. Stick to it, man. Stick to it. You can beef and mod up radios, man, without making them splatter or flat topping or clipping or having pinch carriers. So in those guys, in those technicians' minds, audio check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio right there is okay. Ocean King. Everything's okie dokie. And it's not. It's absolutely not. Okay, without further ado, mic gain all the way up. 1 kilohertz tone coming up. And this is for the technician in New Mexico who always screenshots my oscilloscope before I do the work. Yeah, he doesn't go to the end of the video and screenshot my work on the oscilloscope because he can't bash it on his Facebook page. So what he does is he screenshots the radios before I apply my services to him. I know work is rough and things are tight down in New Mexico, man, and the dust clouds are homing over you, man, and you're hard up for money, but man, please leave me alone. Just leave me be. And it's not very nice to screenshot stuff that hasn't been worked on yet, claiming that is my work. It's irritating. It is. But it's fine because I'm able to make videos. And the proof is in the pudding in my videos. All right, 1 kilohertz tone real quick. Yowzers. There you go, Mr. New Mexico. There's your screenshot so you can bash me. I'll tell you what, one of your videos should be how you got ran out of Arizona years ago and tucked your tail in between your legs and moved to New Mexico. Yeah. That's crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. The reason why that happened is because another tech was tired of his shit. And they had a couple battles there for a while. Some serious stuff, man. Crazy. Dan Hopkins, waving a hand at you, man. Shout out to you. Appreciate that info too, man. No doubt about it. Yuma, Arizona, brother. But anyways, we're going to move on. You see she's clipping. Just a little bit. Carrier's pinched a whole lot. And your roll-offs on the positive peaks and the negative peaks are garbage. We're going to get this straight, man. All right? Next time we'll come back, we'll have the radio open. Hold on to something. All right. And we're back. We got the lid off of her. Okay. And, sometimes, most times, it's a repeat offender, man, when it comes to these so-called technical mods. But anyways, let's shine some light on the scenario here. Your trap coils. Mr. Cunningham, Mr. C. You already know this is a no-no. That is a no-no. Okay, these are your 54 megahertz trap coils. All right. You spread these, they cause spurious harmonics, ghost watts. Okay, that's all it is. Now this spread right here for this very small coil, that's factory. Now, you think your thermal paste is okay? It's really not. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit more to that. All right, to your pre-driver and your finals. We're also going to add some to your voltage regulator. Okay, all right, just to make sure that they are dissipating heat to the fin and the chassis. Okay, we all know the voltage regulator does not have a heat sink fin, but it dissipates heat through the aluminum chassis. All right, your pre-driver and your two finals, the heat sinks are designed to dissipate the heat. All right, so thankfully, since it's surface mount technology, this radio was not clipped. Okay, the limiters were not taken out of it. Although I do work on surface mount and I enjoy it, it's always a blessing when you don't have to replace any of the components. Because the limiters on surface mount technology, okay, the resistors are literally smaller than a grain of rice. Okay, now look at all these. Let's do a zoom in real quick. For a lot of people who aren't familiar with surface mount, all of this, these are your components. These are your resistors. Okay? Now, they're smaller than a grain of rice, brother. Okay? So, it's one reason why a lot of the older techs who are used to tube technology or through-hole PC mounts, they didn't transition over to surface mount. Too small of components. A lot of those guys are older guys, so their sight isn't as good as it used to be. Okay, and their steady solder hand is not as good as they used to be. So a lot of people do not, well, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but a lot of the older techs will not or do not work on surface mount radios. Okay, and like I say, it was a huge transition. Okay, and if you're not set up for micro soldering, it could definitely put a stifle in your business. All right, well, we're gonna get this thing worked out. All right, we're gonna get your coils wrapped tight again. I'm gonna get some more thermal paste on your voltage regulator, your pre-driver, and your finals. All right, and then we're gonna cut back in, and we'll show a little bit of that work. And then following that will be the diagnostics and my services completed, and then I'll be back on all of my equipment. Okay, all right. So most of you guys know what I'm about to say. Let's get down to business. All right, Aaron. We got your new thermal paste, brand new, slapped on that driver. Well, not on it, but behind the driver in the finals. And so for your voltage regulator as well. And your mini. That's what I call a mini. Very important, but many. Now all your trap coils are put back in place just right. Okay, so RF power is on low. Mic gain's all the way open. 25 watt slug in reverse. This will be your reflected power. That's right, man. Ground control 204, cleaning up the airwaves. All right. Now we're going to throw that forward. Yeah. About a 3.2, almost a 3.5, 3.5 watts. Okay, so you'll be able to drive low drive amplifiers with this radio. Okay. $27,205. All right. So she's doing her McNasty, man. No doubt about it. Now, let's get up here. A little bit of... All right, my bad. I had to clip back in. Had a service call. Pain in the hours. But it's got to be done. Okay? 1 kilohertz tone coming up. RF power is all the way down. Mic gain is all the way up. Beautiful. Yes, sir. There you go, baby. Now, we'll put you back down and we'll roll through it a little bit. Change the length of the waveform so you can see it stretched out. Unfreeze that. No matter how you look at it, she's back in action, brother. Back in action. You know? Grab my handy dandy poker. Roll offs are beautiful. No flat topping. No pinched carrier. Carrier is beautiful. Okay? She's harmonically sound. I'll clear that out the way. Now, we're going to turn the RF power all the way up. Get you out of zoom real quick. Okay. Put some light back on that scenario. There we go. RF power's all the way up. 9 watts, brother. 9 watt dead key with the RF power all the way up. All right. .9 on the Digi peak reading meter. Throw that in reverse. Okay. About a 1/4 of a watt worth of reflect with the RF power all the way up. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Very little loss here, okay? And reflect is important, just as important as SWRs. You want as less reflect as possible at all times when dealing with radio equipment. All right. Now, average swing. Audio check 1 2 3 4 5. Audio check 1 2 3 4 5. All right, that is a average swing, okay, of about 19. All right, no big deal. Some decent peak wattage there. Audio check 1 2 3. Audio check 1 2 3. So about 28 peak. All right. Now, what we're going to do is cut the RF power all the way back down. We will switch to lower sideband. All right. Our mic gain all the way up. RF power all the way down. Two-tone coming at you. Okay. Stand by 1 second. I get ahead of myself. All right, that's with the RF power all the way down. Probably gonna have to change volts per division once I crank up the RF power. RF power all the way up now. Two-tone coming at you. Audio, 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 audio. Got your 12 watts average swing on single sideband. And you already know she'll do about 30 on single sideband. Right now, the way it's set up, she's doing 30 on single sideband, no problem. Easy. Okay. Now, with that being said, this radio is finished. Finito. Finis. And she's stroking. No doubt about it. Appreciate you guys watching. Mr. Aaron, Mr. C, my buddy over there in Arizona. You keep slapping that shifter back and forth, brother, and you be careful out on the road. I appreciate your work. Another one in the making. Well, guys, there is always more content to come. So please, take the time. Hit subscribe. Share some of my content on your social outlets. Drop a comment. Talk to me. Converse with me. You know? I enjoy the people. I enjoy the hobby. All right? And it's only going to get better. I truly have hope for that. I truly believe that. Us as a community, we're tight-knit. But I tell you, also, us as a community, when there's some beef, good God almighty, just over the top with it. Too many pros, man, to let a few cons bring anything down in this hobby. Ground control, cleaning up the airwaves. Thank you, guys. 73. Gone. Gone. Gone, gone, gone.